I could pull a better podcast out of my head. Hey, kids, welcome to the Tempest Universe.
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
I told you I'd be back. You didn't believe me. You didn't believe me. So, no, he's not going to come back because the schedule's all screwed up this week. But no, I'm back. There you go. There's bugs in the background. Jeez almighty. Anyway, this is the Tempest Universe. I am your host, Manny. And I'm going to start this podcast by doing what I do once a month and acknowledge the folks outside of the United States who listen to the podcast in the United Kingdom, Australia, India, Canada, Singapore, Sweden, Germany, New Zealand, South Africa, France, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Costa Rica, U.S. Virgin Islands, Norway, Argentina, Mexico, Zambia, Finland, Russia, Philippines, Israel, Nicaragua, and there's a host of other ones. But of course, you get what you pay for, right? That's what they say. So I can only see 20. The rest, I can't. They keep it from me. It's like a big secret. Today, I was, actually not today, right? Because this happened last weekend. But I guess I started paying attention a little more today, looking at video and stuff like that. But holy cow, the Tonga-Hunga apai volcano madness it's just crazy. This volcano that erupted out there in the Pacific, and geez Louise, the plume of ash and gas made it into the stratosphere. What the hell? SpaceX hasn't even got their Starship into the stratosphere. It is madness when you look at the video of the aftermath of tsunami and all that kind of stuff. It really reminds you that, I say it all the time, that we are like a real speck on the gigantic butthole of the universe. But when you look at our own planet, we are literally nothing on our own planet, to be honest. Because this volcano made a statement in about an hour's time. And apparently that's driving people crazy. Those, volcanonists or volcano people. Not the folks that stick fingers up Vulcan's ass. But yeah, these guys, the volcanologists, those guys are completely confused about what the hell is going on. They're amazed, shocked, and all kind of other stuff. I put a link in the description if you haven't seen it yet. And besides this, it's not. I'm not trying to glorify the disaster, but as always with any disaster, if you're looking to make some kind of contribution to help the folks out, definitely do so. Even if you think about even a few bucks, I'm sure it goes a long way. But the Earth Observatory actually caught, from space, the moment when the volcano erupted, and it is magnificent. How nature just said, now's the time. Just out of the blue like that. You can't really prepare for that, right? I'm sure if they try, they could try to get everyone out of those islands there in Tonga, but I'm sure it would not be a successful effort. But still, it's amazing our planet it is, and it's powerful. It is destructive. But like I said, if you feel it in your heart that you want to donate and trying to help out the people of Tonga, please do so, because geez, they're going through some stuff. Other than that, regular old podcast today. We got some news. This is it's been quite the week. Like usually we have weeks where you have no UFO sightings, no UFO stories. It's just like dry, completely dry. And I've made the observation many times before that during the holidays, people don't sight UFOs. They don't see them. They don't come across them. Or either that or they save it. You know, take a picture, take some videos, and they save it until they're sober after the holidays. And then they'll post it like a few months later. But, you know, on the, there go bugs again. On the Tuesday episode, yeah, we had quite a few stories, and we also do for this episode. It just seems like there's a lot of UFO sightings going on. There's also a lot of rehashing of old shit. That really bugs me because they put it out there like it's new, but it's a rehash. And there's one article in here which had me hooked. I literally was so hooked about what they were reporting, and then I was like, oh, you know, let me just go and do some searching. So I did some searching, and I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this report just because I was clickbaited, but still, aren't we all? Doesn't it happen all the damn time? I mean, it's the truth of it, isn't it? I want to say what's up to the guys who are in the live chat at the moment. We got GameVit, we got Green Man, we got the Nom, and searching down. All right, these guys just got in there. So welcome aboard to this episode. I got a song. Now I played this song for the first time in the last episode, Be Strong. I just love it. There's something about this. Maybe it's because I got to get the glow sticks in order to really listen to it, but I don't know. It's energetic. It's good to go. So hopefully you've got your drink. I kind of switched it around, so I do have some vodka today instead of the prescribed whiskey. But enjoy it any way you can, because you got to be strong for this. I promise you.
Don't fucking scream at me.
Where's
you
the
dumb
money?
fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat.
This first article, it is about a new documentary series, whatever you want to call it. It's basically what's going down. And first of all, I disagree with this article, right? Because it opens up saying that in April of 2020, the Pentagon declassified 3 clips of unidentified area phenomena, UAP, including the AKA gimbal video. No, that's wrong. It wasn't. Yeah, they declassified it, but after they got the business without the Vaseline from To The Stars Academy, when they released the videos, come on, get the story straight. Don't give them credit where credit is not even due, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't Congress. It wasn't the Pentagon. It literally was To The Stars Academy and Swiper Stop Swiping Louis Elizondo who released it. They declassified that shit. Are you serious? Anyway, so this thing is talking about the Pentagon, not program, the Pentagon UFO files that's going to be released in late February, and apparently some British UK researchers are going to be all up in it. One of them is Philip Mantle, who was actually a guest on UFO Buster Radio way back when. Pretty cool guy. Sounds like James Bond. Philip himself, if you, I really should have included it in the description so you can go back and listen to Philip. Because Philip did UFO hunting back old school way. Like, Philip would go out, and if someone said, hey, I just saw this UFO in the field, he literally would go out and camp out in the damn field for days at a time. Philip Mantle is one of those hardcore UFO hunters from back in the day. He doesn't sit at home looking at NASA picture. I mean, he might do it now, for fuck's sake. Who knows? But he doesn't sit at home. He wasn't sitting at home, looking at NASA videos and NASA pictures, trying to find ferrets on Mars. Philip Mantle went out and did it. He got the job done. And so he's one of those of the UK researchers who's going to be on there discussing the footage and, trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the Pentagon. There's a quote in here that comes from a description of this. I don't know. I guess you can call it. It's a series, I get it. But, it could be a docu-series. It's kind of, I'm sure it may even be a shot like a documentary for fuck's sakes. And here's a description. For decades, secrets have been kept from us. I guess that even includes the folks in the UK. Kept from us by the powers that be. After years of silence and secrecy, the U.S. government has finally revealed evidence of extraterrestrial life, which could shatter our very perception of mankind's life in the universe. Well, they didn't really disclose that. If you look at everything that came after that, there's no one ever said that was ET, especially not in the U.S. government. No, they said it was these foreign actors, foreign adversaries. China, Japan, Korea. Oh, sorry, it's Japan. I threw you under the bus. China. And Japanese people hate me now. They're all shutting down. Yeah, that's what they said. They never said that these were extraterrestrials. They left it for us to figure out whether or not we truly believe in ETs, or do we believe that China and Russia are smarter than the 5th grader when it comes to this stuff? To be honest. There was an individual that spoke to The Guardian. His name is Marek von Rennenkampf. Say that like 5 times. I don't know if he was a scientist from, Germany, from back in the Hitler days, that he escaped whatever, was in Argentina for a bit, and came back to build NASA. I don't know. But he says this: China has well-documented issues with basic jet engines. People in China don't fly. He says they rely on espionage to develop their most advanced weapon systems. So he struggles with the idea that China could have developed any kind of UAP/UFO that we see in those videos. You know, and a lot of people have said that, right? A lot of people have said that we really must have been blind to what China and Russia were doing over the last 20, 30 years to think that they actually pulled this off. The quote continues saying that Russia has a defense budget that is a fraction of the United States, and much of its military infrastructure is crumbling. So again, struggles to believe that Russia could be doing any of it. Merritt goes on to say that if this is the case, if it was Russia, China, Korea, Cuba, I mean, fuck, can you imagine if Cuba did it? Then, I mean, it would be the largest, most significant failure on United States intelligence ever recorded in the history of the country. But that's what they want you to believe. Can you imagine that the country would take its entire intelligence apparatus and throw that shit under the biggest Russian bus you've ever seen, instead of telling you that possibly this could be extraterrestrial? This is what this apparent series is going to be about. It's going to be about telling us that they essentially told us that it was ET. And, you know, some people took it that way. Some people took it as, yeah, it's aliens, man. This is the real deal. Forget about Gorbachev. Right? He don't know shit. This is aliens. So I don't know. You guys make the call. You know, the problem with this whole situation, let's be honest, because they threw in those other variables, you know, those foreign adversaries, you got to get them out of the equation. You literally have to find a way to go in and say, no, this is not Russia. Reasons being A, B, and C. No, this is not China. Reasons being A, B, and C. No, these are not the spirit chuckers in the Amazon. Reasons why A, B, and C. I mean, that's basically what you got to do because they mentioned them. And then, when you've exhausted every damn country on the planet that it could be, then what's left? I guess we'll find out. I would think that it would not take that long for the intelligence failure to finally say, hey, listen, yeah, we fucked up. We should have known. We should have been tracking these things a long time ago. We should have, when they were buzzing our nuclear weapons, yeah, we should have said something. Let's be honest. We know they were tracking those things. They were tracking those UAPs, those UFOs. They were not just, laying around in their unmentionables with their ladies of the night and not paying attention to what was going up and flying around the skies over the United States. And any other country, to be honest. I'm sure they track every other country as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if this so-called series is worth even watching. Now, I don't know if this is going to be mainly a UK series or whatever. We'll find out when it comes out. But it'll be interesting to see. And actually, to see good old Philip Mantle on there strutting his stuff. I mean, I don't know if Philip spreads his stuff, but you never know. It's a new time in the UK. It could happen. Check out the link in the description if you want to know more about the article. And check this out. I think sometimes I forget to kind of let people know what the podcast is about. And I really should do it at the start, so because by now a lot of people tuned off. They don't even download the podcast anymore. The aim of this podcast, the Tempest Universe, is not just to look at the odd shit that's happening, because our universe it's nuts, completely nuts. But it's about bringing these stories that are current, they're contemporary, versus the other 50 podcasts out there who talk about strictly legacy incidents, like Kecksburg or Roswell or every other ancient situation out there, which really, I promise you, like every year, someone comes out with a new angle about Roswell. I mean, how many angles can there be? This shit only happened once, really. How many angles do we need to go before we say, fuck it, it just happened. We're good with it. Let's move on. But that's what the podcast is about, and that's what I try to do. Just bring you the current shit that's happening now, like the stuff that's happening. Things are being reported today, yesterday, and tomorrow. I think those are a bit more important because everybody gets Roswell. Everybody knows it. I mean, how many movies have we made about fucking Roswell already? But let's talk about the shit that's happening now, because these things that are happening now are going to become somebody else's legacy incident, about 20 years. Let's be honest about that. So, I mean, that's the way it is. That's the way the podcast works. And if you want to show up for some reason or another, something just happened to you, and you want to express yourself, let me know. You can come on here and tell us your sighting for 2021, 2022. We'll be interested to hear it, for sure.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Here's an article about a spot across the pond that goes by the name of Leeds. Apparently, this one UFO network, individual leader, identifier of UFOs, believes that Leeds is a hotspot. There is an article which is titled "Dark Craft with 9 lights in a V shape spotted over the skies of Leeds," according to a enthusiast of UFOs revealing the sighting. So, the backstory here is that Ash Ellis, 34, he is a retail supervisor who runs UFOidentified.co.uk. And recently, in October of last year, the UFO Unidentified actually held one of the biggest UFO conferences in the UK, back in Preston. I see UK and I want to say UFO. So it's a UOK, if you understand. So what they're saying is that their database, as of current times, there are 412 sightings that were reported in 2021 in the UK. Now, they also import data from other places, such as MUFON, or if you're a cat from an alien civilization, MUFON. There's another one here called Bufora. Somehow that stands for the British UFO Network. Why isn't it like Bufon? I don't understand. But then Bufora, I guess, because Bufon is, I don't know, degrading in some way. In Leeds, there were a total, according to this particular organization, there was a total of 7 sightings that were reported to this group. The sightings are kind of sketchy. I'm sorry, Ash Ellis. First of all, why did they name you Ash? Isn't that like a cartoon name? Ash, I don't know. I don't feel like I don't even feel like all of these are from the UK, to be honest. Here's one example. In November of 2021, here's what the report is: a dark craft with 9 lights in a V-shape flying silently and slowly overhead was also spotted by a Leeds resident. Okay, you're telling me that this is in Leeds, but here's what else was added, and actually this was sourced from MUFON. Dark craft with 9 lights in a V-shape flying silently and slowly overhead, approximately 1,000 to 2,000 feet up in the air. The problem, I don't understand how someone who's in Leeds would make their report to MUFON in feet. I almost feel like this is fake news. Like, I wish this article had the link to the actual MUFON report, because people in the UK are not going to be using, feet as a measurement for how far something is in the sky. I don't know. I almost want to call bullshit on that. I feel like this was not in Leeds. Maybe it's Leeds in Canada, not Canada, in Ohio. Maybe it's Leeds in California. I don't understand. So that kind of worries me. There's another one here in October. Clear triangle with lights on each point hovering in place over 200 meters high near to the A1. Now, I don't know what the hell is the A1, but I'm sure if you're out in Leeds, you know. But again, the measurement here for distance sounds correct. Sounds like it was someone in Leeds reporting a triangle in the UK across the pond in October. But the other one, not so much. I feel like that was fake news. Complete fake news. Here's another one. Bright white-blue sphere with a shimmer around the edge, distorted as if though going through clouds, but it was a clear sky, moving at around 5 times the speed of a helicopter. This came directly from UFO Identified. What the fuck is 5 times the speed of a helicopter? I don't understand. Like, there's some slow-ass helicopters out there, and there's some pretty fast ones. So how do you measure that? Really strange. Really strange indeed. But, according to UFO Identified, Leeds is a hotspot for UFOs. So if you go there, you need to watch out, because things might go extremely wrong for you, and you might get abducted or probed. And it Leeds, as long as you have a pint, if you're an alien, you show up with a good pint, it's good. Let's sit down, drink our pint, and then probe away. Get it going. Get to work. At least a pint kind of eases the experience, I would think, but I don't know. There's more to this article, and if you're in the UK and you actually follow this particular group, this UFOidentified.co.uk, let us know. What do you think about their reporting? Are they no better than MUFON? Are they trying to be a little better than MUFON? I mean, who knows? We haven't heard any derogatory stories of them doing things that are not so nice. So who knows? We could be seeing the MUFON version in the UK in the form of UFO Identified. So check out the article. Link in the description. Check this out.
White snow, red sky, reach out for a soul so high. Blue eyes, fake cry, beware of the fox tonight. dressed up for the final dance. Shut down, inspire. I'm here to take your call. New soul to higher. I will despite you all. Treat me with your silence. Hear my soul's are burning, but I'm not crying. Call out for another. Will you kill me gently if I'm not
Apparently, we got to make some decisions around here. UFO Buster Radio is about to start losing episodes because I've reached the max that the service is going to hold unless I pay more money. So shoot, we got to see what decision is to make. We have about 2 more hours of storage, and then stuff starts disappearing. So what can you do, man? What can you do? Over 500,000 plays in the books right now, you know, burning our way up to 600 million, but still, 600 million, my ass, 600,000. But we'll see. I mean, it's a big racket, right? You can't express yourself without paying somebody, for the love of Pete. What can you do? This next article starts with the phrase "Bloke spots UFO hovering over lake." And I quickly thought, oh yeah, this is great. It's from Down Under. Down Under. Where's Dave from Down Under? Does he know this bloke? I gotta work on that. I think the only way for me to fix my Australian accent is to actually go there. Maybe hang out with Dave. Maybe Blue. And then $1 Million Bogan. Like to hang out with that guy. Yeah, at least go on a motorbike ride into the outback. Only one of us will come back, I promise you. Anyway, so it turns out this guy named Eric Rintamaki. I can't get it right. Rintamaki. I wish this is one of those articles where they say that they're not going to name the people, so you don't have to go through this. But we'll just go with Eric. Eric apparently discovered glowing rocks, glow-in-the-dark rocks around Lake Superior, Michigan. And then he spotted orb UFOs floating above the water for a significant amount of time. So, this is the article which I say was clickbait, to be honest, because it's just weird. Let's just go with the story that it has. So he basically revealed that he was found himself in a bizarre situation, right? Because he finds these rocks that are glowing, and then apparently he has this UFO sighting. So he's a gem and mineral dealer, and he was rock hunting around the beaches of Lake Superior in Michigan, and he was using a UV light when he spotted a weird glow coming up from some rocks. Now, the article says these rocks were washed up. Got to get there somewhere, right? So he says, he got the rocks together and took him to the Michigan Technology University and the Saskatoon University, and they confirmed that the rocks were so unique that they were the first of their kind in the area. That's a really important point because you have to remember that, especially after I tell you the real story, that they were the first of their kind in the area. Really important. So word got around back in 2017 that he found these rocks. So people are going to see if they can find some of these rocks around Lake Superior. And all of a sudden, he started leading a tour. So he's leading this tour around Lake Superior. And then he claims that back in 2019, when he was, getting a night tour together or whatever, he, during the summer, around 1 o'clock in the morning, himself and some of the tour members spotted some orb-like lights floating on the water. And the next thing that comes is basically what he saw. He says there were 3 bright orange balls, because if you have orange balls, it's better than blue. And, they were hovering over the water directly above Whitefish Point and Lake Superior. He says that these orb-like lights were in the formation that looked like an elongated triangle. We see this a lot, too. There's a lot of reporting up there, a lot of video of orbs that are in the shape of triangles, and then they lose their shape and do whatever the hell they want. He says that for a second, he turned, and when he went to look at them again, the orbs had swapped positions. They just moved around, and then they went back to the original positions. Like 1 moved to 2 and 2 moved to 1, and it just went back and forth. And then he says that then on one of the 3 lights, that one would fade, completely fade out of view. And then a second later, the other 2 lights would move to the same position where the one just faded, and their light would fade until they were all gone. Almost like if they were going through some kind of, dimensional portal. There was some kind of a gate there they were going through to get back to wherever they were. I don't know. The article, in a lot of spots, it kind of makes it sound like the glowing rocks were connected to the UFO sighting. But it's not. There was an article back in 2018 that the individual, Eric, actually decided to call these things Uper lights. That's what he named these rocks. And he says that the Michigan Tech University, that what they came to conclusion the year before the UFO sighting was that the rocks were selenite and they were containing fluorescent sodalite. So basically, they naturally would reflect the UV light and make them glow. They also believe that these newly named Uper lights were not native to Michigan. So in the article, that was the correct conclusion. They basically said that they were not from the area, not meaning that they were from outer space because of the orbs, but they were not native just to Michigan. According to them, the collegiate folks, the Poindexters with the pocket protectors and the nice thick glasses, they said that probably these came from Caldwell Alkaline Complex in Ontario, Canada. And they feel they might have been transported south via continental glaciation. And that's how they made their way to Lake Superior. Now, that's a long way to go as well, right? How could you say that these rocks came all the way from fucking Ontario, Canada, through a glacier, and then the ship melted and left the rocks there? Who knows? But it really seems like the two are independent of each other. And it's not like there's a bunch of UFO orbs dropping rocks or glow-in-the-dark balls all over the beaches of Lake Superior. I don't think that's the case at all. But it is what it is. That's what the article wants you to believe. And actually, the article regarding the Uper lights was an article that I found from 2018. Now, if you do some research and you're interested in getting your hands on some glow-in-the-dark balls, rocks, Uperlights, they're actually still being sold by a website that's owned by Eric. You can go in and stock up on Uperlights if it is something that you wish to do. But here's an article, again, clickbaitish, makes you believe that these glow-in-the-dark rocks may have been left there by UFOs/UAPs, and their unique nature to reflect UV light to make them glow was something that was left behind by these orbs. But that's not the case. So there you go. Sometimes you just gotta read a little bit more and do a little research on the run in order to get a better idea of things. So, I would love to get Eric on here just to talk about his orb experience. And, maybe he thinks, maybe deep down inside he believes that these glow-in-the-dark Uperlights are really part of a UFO conspiracy. But I don't know. I don't think he does. Hopefully no one else does. Check this out.
I don't
You know, the NASA way of, what is that, under-promising and over-delivering, it continues in droves. I mean, that technique just works for them so well. Like, I haven't had the opportunity to really employ it myself, but I feel like I need to, because it makes them superstars. So, you know, when you spend billions of dollars on a deep space telescope, you should be really confident the shit's going to work. I don't understand. How many other places can you go and say, you know, I spent a few billion on this project for you because I know that's what you wanted me to do, but I don't think this shit's really going to work. But let's just chuck it up there and see. This is what happens. And again, they're getting kudos because, you know, they underpromised. And so it turns out that all of the mirrors for the James Webb have been unfurled. You know, they're all pointing in a direction, not necessarily all in the same direction. They might be off by a micron or two, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's what the deal is. But everybody's really happy about it. So it's about to enter the spot where it will remain in orbit, L2 or Lagrange 2. It's very close to it. Actually, it should be there on the 23rd. What's today? The 20th. In about 3 days' time. I mean, yeah, today's almost over. About 2 days' time, James Webb will get there, and it'll burn a little bit of fuel just to put it into that orbit. And then we'll see what happens. Could you imagine if that's the only thing they fuck up, right? They can't even get it into orbit, and then it just takes off, ends up some other fucking solar system. The cool thing is that this particular James Webb, you know, it's supposed to look further back in time than any other instrument, way better, further than Hubble. You know, and it's fascinating to read that Hubble actually was launched in 1990. So yeah, there were a few upgrades. They had to fix some things. They would send astronauts out there to do their thing on spacewalks, but this is that's a significant amount of time to where there's been a lot of advances in technology. Shit, most of that you're sitting on right now in the form of a cell phone with a significant camera, pixels, you know, ability, memory, freaking computer power, all on the other side of your ass cheek. And now with all this know-how, James Webb goes up. I really hope that they put the latest and greatest in that particular expensive-ass, tennis court-sized, peeping Tomish thing. I hope they did it. But now here's what's going to happen now. Now they got to make little adjustments. I would think if you spend billions of dollars on a contraption, for fuck's sake, it should be able to do that shit quickly, but apparently not. It's going to take about 5 months. After it gets itself into the L2 orbit, it's going to take about 5 months for them to do these adjustments to the mirrors to get them all in the right position. That's a long-ass time. That's too long for me. Really? I mean, I don't understand why it takes so long. But anyway, only NASA knows. Again, I guarantee you, let's write this down, that NASA's going to complete that 5-month adjustment of the mirrors in 3 months. And then people will be all excited about it. Oh my God, look at you! I'm telling you guys have got to employ that way of life, that mantra in how you do things every day. Under promise, over deliver. I guarantee you, 3 months, they'll be like, oh shit, we did it. Look at this picture. We're looking into the butt crack of God. This was, 180 billion, thousand, gajillion years ago when he fired out the universe. That's what I feel is coming down our way from NASA. I mean, really, what else can you expect at this point? I mean, really. Does it mean a hell of beans for us sitting on this planet? That we look back into the butt crack of the universe? Not really. I mean, somebody's going to get off on it, I'm sure, in the privacy of their own home, but still, doesn't really mean two shits for us at all. It's an accomplishment for somebody. We're just trying to figure out the day-to-day situation. We're just trying to figure out the evils of man and what in the flying fuck is buzzing our skies. That's the end of today's episode. Listen, I thank you guys for listening and being part of the Tempest Universe madness. But if you want to help the podcast, please share, like, do whatever you need to do. Share in the info. Don't be greedy about it. Tell your mama and your dada, your brother, your sister, your uncle, even the one that's sitting in some kind of a sanitarium right now because he sees aliens. And above all that, visit thetempestuniverse.com. I'm working on it. I'm going to spend the next 3 or 4 months working on it. And if you have an idea for it that you think might work well, let me know. In the meantime, ciao. Bye-bye. Check you out next time. Peace.
Finally, you will be free to live a life themselves for the eternal